So friends, great to be with you here in Harare. And AG Anirudh said that today the topic that you have got to speak on is keep calm and ride the storm. That's what he asked me to speak on, keep calm and ride the storm. And I said, how can you keep calm when there's a storm? If there's a storm, you can't keep calm. And when you're calm, then there's no storm. But then people in Harare say, no, but you don't know. You're Harare. You're coming from Bangalore. There's a storm, yeah. You see, this guy from Scotland. Oh, storm, yeah. 25 years I was in business as a YPO in Bangalore. Spent 25 years making money, going from one peak to another peak like any typical YPO does. By the way, I'm still a YPO. One of my favorite places that I go off these days is called the Maldives. It's just 1 hour away from Bangalore where I live, 1 hour 20 minutes. And that taught me how to deal with this dichotomy. How to keep calm and ride the storm. I don't know how many of you have been to an ocean and you see the noise. And the waves, when the waves are lashing, there's a storm. But how many of you have been snorkeling? And you just put your head below the storm, and it's pin drop silence. Have you? How many of you have been and experienced what I'm talking about? So when you have a storm, I saw that I could have calm in just a fraction of a moment. Because the storm is outside. The calm is inside. The challenge, my dear friends, how can you go inside? They call me AiR. AiR means the ATMAN in RAVI, which means the soul in RAVI. And today I have come from Bangalore, India, just to meet you, to share some time with you, and then tomorrow I fly back. But I want to share with you my journey that was from success to success, till I shut down my business when I was 16 years ago, because I wanted to live. I didn't want to just zoom from my womb to my tomb. I thought that life must be lived, and we must enjoy every moment of life. So I went to a friend once and I told my friend, you see, there's a storm. What's a storm? He said, my business is a storm. Which business doesn't have a storm? We all have storms. It's not Africa, it's not Zimbabwe. Every country, every city, every business, every person has a storm. But when I told my friend, I'm having a problem, as I was talking to my friend, I produced some noise. I told my friend, hey, what the hell is happening? What's this noise? He said, it's Tommy. I go, what Tommy? What's this noise? It's disturbing my conversation. Tom, why is Tommy? Tommy is his dog. And what the hell is wrong with Tommy? He said, nothing. Tommy is just sitting on a nail. I said, why the hell is Tommy sitting on a nail? Why the hell can't Tommy get out of that damn nail? He said, you don't understand. It's not hurting that much. And I realized many of us are like that, aren't we? We're sitting, this is not okay. That is not okay. We are groaning and we are moaning. But we have the choice. So many of your friends here, they say, oh, I went to Britain for a few years and I came back. That was your choice. We have a choice. And those who are wise, they make the choice. My dear friends, I too experienced a storm for many years. But today, I believe I'm the richest man in the world. Not because of my millions or my money, but because I'm the happiest man in the world. And isn't happiness the real treasure of life? And today I come to share with you how you can be calm. Not just be calm, how you can be happy. And so, when I was going from peak, you know what, in YPO, you know what's very common, right? Okay, I want to achieve my next project. Everybody comes and gives an update in the forum, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm going to do. Of course, we all need money. Especially in Harare, if you don't have money, you leave the country. But I'm listening to all of you. If you have the money, you can be in Zimbabwe. If you don't have the money, it's time to say goodbye. But we all need money, not just in Zimbabwe. We all need money if you want to live a good life. If you want education for your children, So it's not having money. But how much do we need? Don't we realize that the glass of life is full, like this bottle. And what do? We empty the glass of life and we are filling our glass of money and wealth, and at the end of it, you have all of this and your life is over. You ask somebody who has made a lot of money, what do you regret the most? He's 70, he's 80, he's 90, what will he, would he ever tell you, I regret that I didn't make enough money? He'll say, I regret learning to play guitar. I regret climbing the mountains. I regret going on a cruise. He will tell you what he missed doing. So friends, I shut down at 40 because I realized the first peak of life is called achievement. The second peak of life is called fulfillment. Achievement is about pleasure and fulfillment is about peace. Peace is the foundation of happiness. Imagine you have all the pleasures in this world, but suddenly you lose your peace of mind. Can you be happy? You can't. There's a guy who was celebrating. Hey, come on, champagne! Meeting, champagne. And then he heard, the factory's on fire. Shit! Factory's on fire. Champagne, all gone. Everything. Winding up. Rushing. Somebody came back and announced, hey, it's not your factory that's on fire. It's your competitor's factory that's on fire. Oh, yeah. Take on the champagne. Come on, let's have one of it. And the next moment somebody tells you, but your factory also is on fire. You lost your peace, you lost your happiness. My dear friends, what is the art of happiness? You know why we want to be successful? I wrote a book. The book is called Success is Not Happiness. Happiness is success. Why do we want to be successful? We want to be successful because we are taught right from the time we were in school. What are we taught? Come first in class. You must be the cricket captain. You must be the best debater. You must win this. From the time we are kids, we are taught to succeed. And we become machines. And of course we need to succeed. We need noteworthy success. But is life just a race where we must chase to become an ace? And we get caught in this maze? When will we learn to live with grace? The race needs the big G. Ultimately, the truth of life is the truth of life, which I will come to. So I moved from a journey of achievement and I started writing and searching and researching on happiness. Suppose I tell you $1 billion price. $1 billion price. Who can take me physically to yesterday? Anybody? So why are you offering a price which we can't do? Okay, forget about yesterday. Who can take $1 billion for taking me to tomorrow? Can we? We can't. We can't go to a yesterday that's gone. We can't go to tomorrow that's not yet born. But somebody can. Who? Who can? I can promise you somebody can. Yes? Who can?
You yourself.
You can? Go to yesterday and tomorrow?
Tomorrow I can go to tomorrow.
How can you go to tomorrow? You can't go, but your mind can. Your mind is all the time going to yesterday's and tomorrow's. And because the mind is going to yesterday and tomorrow, the mind makes us blind. My dear friends, happiness is being in the now. I gave most of you a ball. Who I met, I don't know who I didn't meet. I don't think I gave you a ball, right? Anybody else who didn't get a ball? So, the whole idea of life, the whole idea of life is to...
I hope I'm good.
My dear friends, the whole idea of this ball, it's got a quote behind, right? What's the quote at the back of the ball? It says, make a vow to be happy in the now. Because you can't be happy in yesterday, and you can't be happy in tomorrow. So I learned the art of being happy. You know what's the problem? The problem is we are trying to be Kitty. You heard of Kitty? Is Kitty famous in Zimbabwe? Kitty. So Kitty was this little baby kitten. And the mother saw Kitty. And the mother, what are you doing, little Kitty? And Kitty said, Mama, they told me that happiness is in my tail. I'm trying to catch my tail. And the mother cat, the queen cat said, hey Kitty, you be like me. I don't go catching my tail, have you seen me? I just walk and my tail follows me. Happiness is like a shadow. The more you chase it, the further it goes. The problem with happiness is we are trying to become happy. I want to be happy. The moment we're trying to become happy, we lose happiness. Happiness is about being happy. You've got to be happy. See, you may have everything in your life and be unhappy. You may have nothing. Have you seen some of the Africans? I'm good, man. I'm good. What do they have? Sometimes nothing. They have happiness. At least we see it in India. There are people who are happy. My dear friends, what is the journey that we are on? We are on this journey where we want to be happy. You know what most of us are looking for? We are trying to find peace of mind. Yes, no. Everybody says, I just want peace of mind. In India, it's called Shanti. I want peace of mind. But peace of mind, you cannot find. Peace of mind, you cannot find. Peace is within. You have to still your mind. What is this storm that we're talking about? There is no storm. The storm is outside. Inside, if you have peace, you can weather the storm, you can keep calm. But the problem, you know the problem? The problem is the mind. So let's now spend a few minutes on the mind. Yes? Anybody wants to have a sip of their beer? Let's now find the mind. You have a nose? Do you have a nose? Are you sure? Are you sure? Just see what's there. What's there? You have ears? Sure? Jesus, so nice. Without my telling you, it's so sweet. Thank you. Have you seen the heart, the brain, if not actually? Have you seen a photograph, an MRI, X-ray?
Yeah.
The ball, what's the shape?
Round.
Great. Tell me the shape of the mind. What color is the mind? What size is the mind? Has anybody in this room seen the mind? Anybody? Have you seen the mind? Have you? You can't see the mind because there is no mind. There is no mind. The mind appears to be. The mind appears to be. Do you know what the mind is? The mind is like a popcorn machine. It appears to pop thoughts. What happens when you're in meditation? When you're completely still. When there are no thoughts, there is no mind. If you feed the thought factory, the popcorn machine with caramel seed, you get caramel popcorn. Salted seed, you get salted popcorn. The problem is, it is the mind. The mind is drilling us, and the mind is killing us, and the mind is creating the storm. There may be things outside. There may be things outside, but what matters is what is happening inside. My dear friends, do you know why there is trauma? In this world, you know why there is trauma? There is trauma because we don't realize that life is a drama. And everything that's unfolding is unfolding as per karma. Are you familiar with karma? Anybody who wouldn't be familiar? It's an international term now. You know what karma is? Karma is very simple. And the best thing to know about karma is this. They gave me some very good orange juice in the hotel. And they said, in Harare, you get damn good orange juice. And I told them, but do you have the special orange trees? What is a special orange tree? I said, in those orange trees, where you have apples growing. What? What are you talking about? In orange tree, apple growing? I said, come to India. In India, in India, we have orange tree, apple growing. Same in Britain. Orange trees, apple growing. Same. No. You cannot have an orange tree with apples growing because the fruit on the tree depends on the seed. And the trauma that's happening in life depends on your deed. Even the Bible says, as you sow, so shall you reap. That's the law of karma. The law of karma, the law of cause and effect. The law of action and reaction is like a boomerang. Boom. What goes around, comes around. My dear friends, we don't realize that life is a drama. How is life a drama? Life is a drama because suppose I came to you and I borrowed $1 million. After I borrowed $1 million, will you come back to me if I can return the money and ask me what's my money? Sure?
Yeah.
Even $10 you would. But suppose I just make a small change to that. I borrowed that $1 million US in your dream. Would you wake up from your dream the next day and say, hello, Mr. AiR, where's the $1 million? I say, what are you talking about? He says, you borrowed $1 million. I say, but when? He said, in my dream yesterday. I say, you go back to your dream and I'll give it back to you in your I'll give it back to you in yours. My dear friends, we laugh at the dream, right? But what is life all about? What is life all about? At the end of the journey, everything's like a dream. We know it. We know it, but we don't realize it. We know it, we don't realize it because we experience pain of the body, misery of the mind, and agony of the ego. You know what does the mind do? The mind is drilling and killing us with what? Fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, guilt, depression. Yes or no? New words? Oh no, we all experience it. You know what is worry? Anybody knows what's worry? Worry, W-O-R-R-Y, worry is waste of life. It is O, overthinking. It is R, repeating the fear. It is R, rehearsing the problem. And Y, yearning, 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 yearning. We keep on worrying. And worry creates the storm. Imagine there was no worry, no stress, no anxiety, there would be no storm. And so when I wrote this worry, somebody told me, so you don't worry? I said, I don't worry. Oh, why you don't worry? I told them, why worry? There is no need to worry. Why worry? There is no need to worry. No problem, then there's no need to worry. Okay? No problem, then there's no need to worry. No problem, then there's no need to worry. If there's a problem, there is no need to worry. If there's a problem, there is no need to worry. Why? We can do something about our problem. Then there is no need to worry. Why do you worry? We can do something. And if it is, we can do nothing about our problem. Then there is no need to worry. No need to worry. Enjoy your curry. Why do you worry? My dear friends, we worry meaninglessly. Why do we worry? Because we don't realize what is life. Somebody said something very beautiful. I don't know if you heard this. They say, life is just a minute. You heard this? Life is just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon you, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to you to use it. You must suffer if you lose it, give it account if you abuse it, but just a tiny little minute. But eternity is in it. True or false? Life is all about the minute. The minute. If the minute is good, the day is good. If the day is good, the week is good. The week is good, the hour is good, the week is good, the month is good, the year is good, life is good. And you screw up the minute after minute, lost life. Somehow, we don't know how to live in the present moment. The mind will take us to yesterday. Mind will take us to tomorrow. The mind doesn't let us remain in the present moment, right or wrong? The mind is constantly bombarding you with thoughts. Even if you're sitting here and I'm talking, chances are something is playing. Oh, what's he talking about? What is it about my problem? The mind doesn't let you even sit, even in a talk like this. So what did I do? I learned to still the mind. I learned to still the mind. I learned to kill the mind. You know how? How many of you have been able to still the mind? There's no mind. No mind at all.
Blank.
Huh?
Blank.
You're blind to the mind. Very difficult to still the mind. You know, because the mind is there from the first breath till our death. From the time we arrive. So what did I learn? I learned that the mind is a monkey. The mind is a monkey. Keep on. Yeah? Is the mind a monkey?
Yeah.
The mind is a monkey. It jumps, it jumps, it jumps. So when I looked at the word monkey, I realized I'm going to cut off the tail. If you cut off the tail of the monkey, the EY, what's left? Monk. How do you become a monk? You cut the EY. What is the EY? We are ever yelling and ever yearning. So much noise, so much noise, so much noise. We are yelling and we are yearning. We are unable to live as a monk because our life is full of junk. If you want to stay calm. And if you don't want the storm, kill your mind. I've written a book. It's called The Mind is a Rascal. There's a few copies, hope some of you get it. In the book, it says, kill your mind before your mind kills you. The mind tricks us and it tells us, hey, I am king. We confuse the mind to be the intellect. The mind is different, the intellect is different. The intellect is that portion of the intelligence by which we discriminate. How many of you have found that when you're in a storm, when you're having stress and anxiety, can you make the right decision? Right? You've experienced that. The decision is right in front of you, but you can't see it. Not physically, but mentally, the mind is drilling you either with different thoughts or the same thought. It doesn't let you go. A mind which you cannot find. The challenge is to tame the monkey and make it into a monk. My dear friends, I went for 25 years. I went on making money and money and money and money. And then I was talking to some of my friends. I realized there was this YPO in Hong Kong. I think I shared with AG. He was a multi-millionaire in Hong Kong. Lots and lots of money, dozens of expensive cars, a private jet. One day the doctor told him in Hong Kong, I can only give you 24 hours. Your cancer is at its final stage. And then he was with the foreign buddy, to the YPO. He was a foreign buddy, and this story is told by the foreign buddy to me. He said, this guy, with tears, said, if only I had spent my life spending my money rather than just making it, I would have died a happier man. What we earn, others will burn. But this we don't learn. We don't learn. We are always trying to earn and earn and earn and earn. It's good to earn. I'm not saying it's not good to earn. But when will we learn that ultimately we will burn? If you don't bury us, you will burn us. When will we learn the truth of life? When will we learn to be in that state of silence? There's a storm. There's a guy. So luckily he had a spiritual mentor who was living with him in his home. He had a big villa. And one day he came very stressed out to the mentor. And he said, you know what? That expensive gold and diamond necklace, which is my greatest wealth, it was just kept on the table. It's gone. Millions. Most expensive is gone. And the mentor said, where could it go? You and me, nobody else. And the spiritual guy didn't have anything. No simple clothes, nothing. No, he said, but it's gone. So he asked, have you searched everywhere? He said, yes, I searched everywhere. He was stressed out. He was completely stressed out. He said, have you searched in the water body, in the pond? So he said, how could it fall in the pond? So he said, just check. The man went to the pond, he moved the muck, and in the muck he could see the necklace. He was so stressed out. How the hell did the necklace come in this pond? He went back to the master. He said, Master, I'm putting my hand. What magic? I'm putting my hand. I can't catch the necklace. I can see it. I'm putting my hand. I can't catch it. I'm putting my hand, I can't catch it. The master learned Anirudh's topic. Stay calm and write the star. So the master told him, you're trying to pick it from the water? Have you checked up? So what do you mean up? He went back and looked up. The necklace was hanging on the tree. The reflection was in the water. A bird had picked up the necklace and had dropped it on the tree. Sometimes the problem and the solution is in front of us, but we can't see it. My dear friends, I can go on talking to you. I don't know, we'll have question and answers and you can ask me several questions. I write on life, on death. I write on happiness and sorrow. I write on yesterday, today and tomorrow. I write on the purpose of our existence. You know, when I went on a quest, I realized there were 3 peaks of happiness. That's in the book. It's called The 3 Peaks of Happiness. What are the 3 peaks of happiness? The first peak of happiness we all know. Every YPO knows. It's called achievement. I ran. I'm the Forbes list. Everybody, you don't even have to talk. Just drive out your latest Porsche or Ferrari. Or just land in your private jet and they know. The first peak of happiness, achievement. The second peak, I spent 8 years on the plateau of fulfillment. Fulfillment is that state where you live with peace. What did I do? I traveled to 120 countries. I've been to all the 7 continents. I took a cruise to Antarctica to play with the penguins. I was living there. And one day, my master asked me the question. He said, will you die? Will you die? Yeah. And I said, yeah. He said, no! You will not die, your body will die. And people will say, you passed away. Right or wrong? People say you passed away. They are so sure that you are not in the body, they burn the body or they bury the body. They are so sure you're not the body. If you were in the body, would they put the coffin down? No. Then he asked me another question. My master asked me the question, what's your birth date? I said, Master, on my birth certificate, it is 15th of October. And he said, you know, your birth date is fake. Birth certificate is fake. I said, no, how can my birth date be fake? He said, just call your mother. Call your mother and ask her now whether on the 15th of October you arrived, this is 14th of October, were you kicking in her stomach? On 13th of October, were you alive kicking in her stomach? How could you have said your birth date on 15th of October when you were alive on the 14th and the 13th and the 12th? So when were you actually born? About when?
27th August.
No, 27th August is your arrival date. But when were you actually born? Huh? She'll tell the answer. Yes.
9 months before.
9 months. No, the ladies know. What? 9 months before. What's this question? 9 months before. The question is not that. My master asked me, if you were born 9 months before, anybody doubts that? That we were conceived 9 months before? When you were conceived, can you then change your mother? Can you then change your father? Can you change what you are when you are conceived and fertilized and born? No, that's what you are. He said, if you were born 9 months before, then what are you in reality? This body will die. And you were born 9 months when there was no body. You know why I'm telling this to you? Because we think we are this body, we suffer the storm. We accept the mind, it makes us grind. We are living as the ego. Because of the ego, there's anger, hate, revenge, and jealousy. In this world, there could be peace. Have you ever seen the right eye trying to destroy the left eye? You must have seen in Zimbabwe somebody getting angry and somebody kicking somebody. You have seen somebody kicking? Yes, kicking? Sure, you must have seen. Have you ever seen somebody kicking himself? Why you don't kick? Why you don't kick yourself? You don't kick the right leg, doesn't kick the left leg because you know this and this is both me. But I get angry at you. I hate you. I will take revenge against you. Because we don't know who we are. The biggest question that we need to answer before we die is, who am I? This body was formed over 9 months. Two things we don't control. on earth, our death and our birth. Did you choose your mother and father? You didn't choose. So, my dear friends, all this liberates us from the triple suffering. We become free from pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego. But we should be able to be peaceful. And we must find the ultimate peak. I was telling you. The first peak is achievement, the second peak is fulfillment. I discovered, my master helped me to go on a quest. I discovered the third peak of happiness. It's called enlightenment. And the moment you hear the word enlightenment, you say, what is this big word, enlightenment? You know what is enlightenment? Do you want to know in simple words? Enlightenment. Suppose we enter a room, it's completely dark. Completely dark. Imagine you're in a room, no light at all. Can you see anything? You can't see anything. Can you take a broom and sweep away the darkness from the room? With a broom, what do you need? You need a torch, you need a light. You need a torch, you need a light. My dear friends, enlightenment is nothing but switching on the light. But the light is within. There is darkness inside us. That's why we feel the storm. That's why we get, fear. How many of you experienced fear? COVID or non-COVID? Or what happened in COVID? Fear, you feel it, right? You know what is fear? What is fear? Fear. F-E-A. I wrote this book in COVID. In March 2020, I wrote this book.
False evidence appearing real.
Huh?
False evidence appearing real.
False expectations appearing real. Fear is false expectation appearing. F-E-A-R. I wrote this in March of 2020 that this world is going to suffer not because of COVID, but because of fear. In this book, there's a beautiful quote. One of the quotes is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi said in the previous pandemic, Mahatma Gandhi said, more people will die out of fear of the disease than out of the disease itself. You know what did Confucius say? Confucius said, don't use a cannon to kill a mosquito. But we all live with fear. We live with fear, worry, stress, anxiety, because we don't learn to still the mind. And because of fear and because of worry and stress, we are not able to think straight. If you really want to stay calm, and you want to not just ride the storm, but enjoy the storm, then you have to switch from a state of mind to a state of consciousness. What is the meaning? How do you switch from a state of mind to a state of consciousness? You flip over. Each of these topics I've written a book. I've written 70 books. 70 books each on the subject that I'm talking about. And this book talks about flipping over from a state of mind to a state of consciousness. The mind is thinking up to 50 thoughts a minute. This is 50,000 thoughts a day. 50,000 thoughts. Can you imagine? 50,000. You know what happens, right? Oh, the mind can kill you. But what is happening? Have you even understood what is happening? You are caught in thought. You are caught in thought because the mind, it comes uninvited. It doesn't knock on the door. The mind comes uninvited. It doesn't knock on the door. Once it enters, it pushes you on the floor. Push it out and shut the door. Shut the door on your mind. Today I have to leave. I've come all the way from India not to waste your time. I've come to leave with you some principles. Kill your mind before your mind kills you. Remember what you earn, others will burn. So spend before your end. Learn to give before you're gone. Because once you're gone, you're gone. God. You have no remote control to control what you have left. So therefore, try to do your best before. So when you're in the state, when you move from mind to consciousness, you know what happens? Have you ever seen a flood? You seen a flood in movies at least? In the flood, can you build a dam? Can you build a dam during the flood? No, why? It will be washed away. That's what happens when you're stressed out. When you're stressed out, when you're worried, when you're having a storm, you can't be calm. But what if you built the dam when there was no flood? You built the dam. Now when the flood comes, you control the waters. You still your mind before the storm comes. You learn to be in a state of thoughtlessness. The Buddhists call it mind. How many of you follow mindfulness meditation? It's a very popular thing, right? What is this mindfulness? It is a state of thoughtlessness. You have to learn to be in that state. How do you reach that state of thoughtlessness? So you have to practice. You have to practice. And the best practice is this: inquiry. Try to find your mind. Every time you try to find your mind will become embarrassed. It stops thinking. Whenever you try, when the mind is trying to do something, just stop and, hello Mr. Mind, where are you? Come on, wait, where are you? Where are you? It will slow down. Build the dam. Reach that state from mind to consciousness. So when I wrote the book Fear, people, the whole world shut down. It's a joke. We all experience it. It's not like something told to us by our grandfather. You know, one day the world shut down for 2 years because people were scared of a cough and cold called COVID. And today, finally all the countries said, come on man, enough is enough. It's not that COVID went away. Even today COVID is around. But the world realized we will not bring down the house to kill a rat. We are doing this all the time, my dear friends. We are losing our peace, we are losing our bliss, we are losing our joy. So before I wind up, I know we have time to close. And before I wind up, and rather spend some time answering your questions, my dear friends, how do you stay calm? You stay calm by living life moment by moment. Don't run like Kitty behind your tail. Don't try to chase happiness. Learn the art of being happy. You can be happy no matter what. You can be happy if you realize happiness is a state of being. Don't try to become happy. Because the moment you are caught in greed, you will never fulfill your need. We all have needs. We must fulfill our need. Clothing, shelter, food, education. We all need that. But when the need becomes our greed, we become miserable indeed. So let us learn to live in that state of fulfillment. And I want to leave this word enlightenment with you. It's not a complicated word. I'm not talking religion to you. I'm talking about the science, the fact. Death is certain. We don't know when, but the body will die. But remember, you will never die. Because of ignorance, people say rest in peace. R.I.P. What R.I.P.? Who R.I.P.? Why R.I.P.? Who will R.I.P.? Nobody knows. As long as we live in ignorance, the mind will make us blind. We remain a fool because what we were taught in school. We have to unlearn. I had a good cup of Ethiopian coffee in the lounge when I came back. And then without realizing it, I wanted a glass of water. And that waiter came and he opened the bottle and he put it back in the cup. It had coffee in it. I couldn't drink, it was coffee with water. And what did he do? He said, sir, I don't know, old cup, sir, I don't know. I'll give you no cup, sir. We have to empty the cup. We have to unlearn. Many things that we have learned are myth. We have been taught the life that God lives in the skies. Which God? What God? Where God? No, we've been taught by our parents and our grandparents and our scriptures. But if we believe what the mind does tell, we can make our heaven into a hell. My dear friends, let us be calm. There was a man, very wealthy man. He had rubies and diamonds and emeralds and a lot of money. This man had a son, he had a daughter. The son was his favorite, he had a daughter, and he had a very favorite maidservant. When he died, he left a will. He left a will and he said, my camels must be divided 1/2, half to my son, 1/4, quarter to my daughter, 1/5 to my maid, to my servant, without killing the camels, before distributing my wealth. Well, they got caught. They got caught because there were 19 camels. 19 camels, without killing, the son had to take 1/2. What to do? Anybody knows? Anybody heard of this story? Understand the problem? Wealth to be distributed. There was a storm. Now, so much money, rubies, diamonds, everybody waiting. Cannot distribute. The man has left 19 camels, half to my son, quarter to my daughter, 1/5 to my servant, 19 camels, without killing. What share? Cannot stay calm. I told you, dichotomy, topic is dichotomy, na? When there's a storm, you can't stay calm. Imagine you say, be calm, be calm. Ride the storm. You can only be calm if you learn the art of being in consciousness. There came the rich man news. He had rich, very clever man, becoming so rich. So he had a spiritual mentor. So there came the mentor. The mentor said, hello everybody, okay, the problem, let us solve the problem. He said, your father gave me a precious camel as well, most expensive camel. He brought that camel. Now how many camels? Instead of 19 it became 20. He told the son, how much you have to take? Take half, take 10. He told the daughter, how much you have to take? Quarter, take 5. He told the servant, how much you have to take? 1/5, take 4. 10, 5, and 4. He said, okay, all done. He sat on his camel. What's the moral? The moral, stay calm. Be in consciousness. You know what happens in consciousness? Have you learned the secret, the biggest secret of today? The biggest secret of today is in consciousness. When you're in a state of thoughtlessness, you activate your intellect. The intellect is a tool of discrimination. It can tell you black and white, wrong and right. But the intellect cannot be used when the mind is gushing like a river. The dam can only be built, the dam of the intellect can only come when you're in stillness. My friend, I can tell you stories after stories. There are no end to it. What I'm telling you today is not theory. I'm sharing with you my life. I'm sharing with you, I'm the happiest man in the world. I don't know the meaning of misery and sorrow. Because I don't live in yesterday and tomorrow. I live in the moment. For me, there is no trauma. Because I know that everything that's happening is unfolding as per karma. There's a book in the New York Times bestseller by Harold Kushner. I'm sure somebody must have read it. Why bad things happen to good people. Heard of the book? I wrote a contra to that book. Honorable, why bad things can't happen to good people? Because apples don't grow on Zimbabwean orange trees. It's a universal law. It's a law. What you do will come back to you. What you give is what you will get. The problem is when we are getting, we cry, we look up at the sky, we ask why, because we don't realize who am I. We are getting something not because of luck. We are getting something because we planted the seed. The deed we planted was not planted today, but we planted 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You don't even remember when, maybe in a previous life. But some of you will believe in that someone, so I'm not touching that topic. No topics of conflict. But just like you believe in death and you believe in birth, ask yourself the question, where did I come from? Where will I go? I always tell myself one thing, I'm not this body that will die. I'm not the mind which I cannot find. I'm not the ego that says I, it's a lie. And this makes me the happiest man because I live as the divine soul. My name is AiR, ATMAN in Ravi, which means the soul in Ravi. One day I realized this guy is Ravi. I'm not this guy. Because I came to know this guy will die. But I will never die. I came before this guy came. This guy was created over 9 months. Once I told my mother and father, actually you did nothing. Did you create my kidney, my brain, my heart? My mother's good. She's 84, but she has a good sense of humor. Except for the act of copulation, our mother and father had nothing to do. And if they tried the act of copulation sometime for 25 years, they're not able to conceive a child. When are we going to realize the truth? The vision of my life is just one. I have just one vision, to help people open their real eyes, and realize the truth. I have a purpose. I have no other mission. I have no other purpose in my life. I have come to Harare, I have come to Zimbabwe, just to share with you that if you want to get rid of the storm, if you want to keep calm, the good news is you can. And I'm telling you, the storm is outside. The calm is inside. What's the challenge? The challenge is to go inside. How will you go inside? How will you light the light? If there's anything else that you'd like to ask me, my time says it's over. It's 5 o'clock. And I'm supposed to stop and let you ask questions. You can ask me any question on the subject of life, death, happiness, peace, problems. The last thing I leave to you is a beautiful formula. What is the beautiful formula? It's called ABC. Have I told you ABC? No. ABC. A means whatever's happening in life, accept. Accept without protest. Because if you protest, you will become unhappy. And can you change? You have any option other than accepting? So just accept. 2. A. B. Do your best. Do your best. Best, 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 best. A. Accept. B. Best. And C. Be in consciousness. Because when you're in consciousness, you will learn the art of surrender. Have you heard the song? Have you heard the song? When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will it be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Let the storm just be. What will be, will be. You do your best. I'm not saying don't you accept, because life is a drama. Everything that's happening is karma. Understand it's a drama. A, accept the drama. B, do your best. And C, live in consciousness. This is the tricky part. People don't know the meaning of consciousness. We talk of subconscious mind and conscious mind and unconscious. Garbage. Consciousness is a state of thoughtlessness. You still the mind, you kill the mind. You cut the tail of the monkey, make it a monk. It takes practice. I'm not saying you'll go out of this hall and I kill the mind. No, the mind is like a phoenix. You know the phoenix? You know the phoenix, right? You heard of it? If you kill it, it will rise from the ashes. The mind is like that. As long as you're alive, you can kill the mind, but you cannot kill thought. Till your last breath, there will be thought. But if thoughts enter the ocean of your consciousness like little fish, they are like cable cars on a gondola, on a ropeway. How the cable cars go? But when your mind state, boom, 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 boom. My dear friends, I hope this hour will help you to be peaceful and blissful. I have a goal. My goal is to help you reach yours. And let your goal be happiness. Because success is not happiness. Happiness is success. Thank you.